Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the pay of NCAA athletes. So if you risk your body every day, would you do it for free? Paying college athletes have been in the discussion with the NCAA for a long time. Actually, the decision to let student athletes make money off of their name, image, and likeness came from current and former student athletes, coaches, presidents, faculty, and commissioners across all three divisions, according to a story on NPR's All Things Considered. Although there have been cases of schools paying athletes under the table to recruit, it's highly illegal. I'm Casey Greger, and I'm going to help you better understand the pay of college athletes by introducing the pros and cons for the athletes and the universities. Why would college pay an athlete, you might ask? Colleges actually make millions off of their athletes every year, from tournaments, games, just by fans coming to see their athletes. They make all kinds of money. According to One Smart Asset in 2017, the NCAA reached a financial milestone when it reported $1.1 billion in revenue. The school with the most revenue from athletics, as stated in an article on the Business Insider, is the University of Texas. They made $182 million. That's 70% came from football. At the same time, these same athletes that are attracting all this money are spending every day, almost all day, working out for their sport. One NCAA survey says, it's the actual visual aid that I have presented for you guys. It shows that student athletes in Division I only have 2% of time to get a job. That is not very much, but it's really not that simple, because back in 2011, an article on Forbes mentions that NCAA released data showing that only 14 programs are actually turning profit without having to rely on an institutional organization. For example, SEMO brings in a little under $10 million, but it is 2020 now, so it could be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Where does the money usually come from? It comes from the students that are attending the universities just for an education. You could see that if they were to pay student athletes, that student fees would accumulate throughout the university. As you can see why some would say that this would be a logistical nightmare to figure out how to pay a student athlete to attend a university. To add on to that, there are big schools that are in the NCAA that have been caught for illegally paying to give money to athletes for recruitment. There have been several cases, such as one in Memphis this past year. Athlete had to sit out for a whole entire season because he accepted money from his coach. Punishments usually range from suspended season, or they have to pay the exact amount that they received back to a charity of their choice. That seems awful, but actually the school has pretty big punishments too. If the committee finds out extra benefits were extended to a student athlete, scholarship penalties could apply. That is a report coming from NCAA. In other words, the university could use the money to give to their athletes, so they would not be able to actually recruit anybody. Both the athlete and the university could benefit from paying the athlete, but there are also cons to that. Perhaps the most important thing is recruitment, though. An article on USA Today mentions, and you're selling the fact that you can get paid to represent your hometown. For most athletes, this is really big. they get to play for the town that they grew up in. They have all their hometown fans. That's pretty huge, which means you see a lot of five-star recruits going to smaller universities because they can pay. I hope that I have opened you guys' minds about the pay of college athletes. And you guys should understand that this is an ongoing fight with the NCAA. But here recently, the athletes are starting to win this fight. So you tell me, would you do it for free? Again, I'm Casey Gregory, and thank you all for listening to my speech.